It looks like you're craving a fresh start, Cancer. Their false front has been slipping again, but are you ready to accept the truth underneath? Hey Cancer, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This will be a timeless reading for Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or anywhere that Cancer falls in your chart. Let's see what's going on with Cancer. All right. Spirit wants to talk. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse to start off your reading. This is all about giving when it's not wanted. It can be other things, but that's definitely what I'm picking up on here. There's someone in your energy. Could be you towards other people. It could be other people towards you. We'll see how the reading turns out. But there's someone who feels like they're giving what other people will perceive as love. And I'm careful to say it that way because it's not so much that they're genuinely giving out of love. It's much more so wanting to appear as though you're giving out of love. There's a little bit of holding back. It's almost like, you know, that movie trope where someone wants to impress people who are watching them at like a restaurant or a bar, and they'll leave a tip when other people can see, and then they'll kind of take it back when the other people aren't looking. It's almost that sort of vibe, not exactly, but there's this kind of duplicitous energy that comes along with it. Let's see, what's the challenge? Lovers. Okay. This could be someone that you're dealing with, that you're in a romantic relationship with. I mean, this could be a family relationship too. It doesn't have to be romantic love. I know it's very much so depicted that way on the card. But disregard that for now. That's not the soul energy of the Lovers card. I think it is likely for most of you that you're dealing with someone in a romantic situation who's you're starting to pick up on a false self that they're like a false front that they're putting up about how kind and generous they are or are not. What are we focused on? The Ten of Swords. Something feels done already. You know that it's done. You may not have accepted it yet because Swords is the mind. Swords is thoughts, ideas. Like you could be mentally checked out of this relationship. And it could very well be their false front about their generosity that is the final straw for you. In the recent past, we have the Two of Wands reversed. A path you chose not to go down. There was some sort of offer, some sort of invitation to walk a path, probably from this person. It's possible that you... Okay, I'm picking up on two different possibilities here. I'll say the first one will be the person that you're in a romantic relationship with made an offer to you and you declined. And that was part of the indication that this was the beginning of the end. You picked up on somehow your own feelings through not wanting to take their invitation. I have a job offer in this other city, move with me. No, that doesn't feel right. And that was like a seed of an indication that the relationship is starting to not feel right. Then you started picking up on all of these other clues. Now, it's also a possibility that you declined a specific opportunity for the good of the relationship, but it wasn't in your own best interest. Like, it was against your own, like, you weren't looking out for yourself in that instance. You prioritized the relationship over yourself with this Two of Wands in reverse. That's the other scenario that I'm picking up on. So those are the strongest energies of the people who are watching right now. If you fall in one of those two camps, I'd say equally as frustrating, but also helpful, in that it starts to give you evidence. It starts to build a story that supports what's really true underneath the surface, and we'll see how the rest of the story develops as we finish the reading. But it's looking like you may be 1 foot out the door of this relationship. Okay, the reason this is all happening, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is something that Spirit wants you to recognize, a pattern that you're in, maybe with this person, maybe in general, including this person. But the Five of Pentacles in reverse talks about bringing someone back or being welcomed back after there's been a rejection or someone being excluded. So it's that return to where the person feels like they belong. And in this context, what I'm getting is it's been sort of a revolving door when the relationship ends, and the person who's leaving doesn't really expect to be leaving. They're walking out the door, but they know they're coming right back in. Now, I don't know the specific dynamics about who's instigating the end of the relationship. There are a few possibilities. I mean, well, two specifically if you're in a two-person relationship, right? But the dynamics of how that happens can be complex. The singular aspect that the Five of Pentacles reverse is pointing out is that there's been a return, and that's what Spirit wants you to recognize. That when it's the repetition of this pattern that is supposed to draw your attention so that you see it, so that you recognize it. Every time you leave this person, you end up going back. Or every time you break up with this person, they end up weaseling their way back in somehow. And it's not only for the purposes of sorting out what to do about this relationship that this is occurring. There's a deeper reason here. And it's to get at the heart of why you allow these things to happen in your life. It's likely that you had an example or a model of this sort of behavior when you were young. And it's something that you're playing out now in adulthood, trying to find a solution. You're trying to figure out how to fix the thing. Like, okay, they leave, they come back. I leave, I come back. I leave, I come back. They leave, they come back. That feels normal to you. It's setting yourself up in that scenario with that revolving door that you're doing subconsciously on purpose because you want to figure out how to make it stick. You want to figure out how to make that in and out and in and out and in and out energy end. It could be a trap. It could be a scenario that doesn't have a solution from within the problem. Does that make sense? It could be that you're meant to end this scenario and break the cycle that way. Okay. we've had more cards come out, so let's move on with the reading. In the near future, we have the Page of Wands reversed and the Ten of Cups reversed. It's this lack of innocence, like the end of innocence, with the page reversed. It's the sense of like innocence in that you kind of get jaded after a while. Your heart gets hardened, and you don't have the expectation of wonderful anymore. You want there to be magic in life. You want there to be nurturing closeness. You want there to be a feeling of home in your relationships. But you're not allowing yourself to expect that anymore, because your vision for what is possible out of emotional fulfillment, this Ten of Cups in reverse, has been diminished over time through this relationship, through your life experiences. You've learned to expect less. And in the near future, that's going to be front and center of your experience. It's going to be something that you start to deal with or come to terms with, or make a decision based on this. It could be the way that you structure a conversation with your significant other, the topic of conversation. Let's see what's going to affect the situation that Cancer does not see coming. What is going to affect the situation that you don't see coming? The Hermit reversed. If you have been in hiding or secluded or kind of keeping away from other people leading up to this period in your life, then this energy is you. It's going to surprise you that you want to reconnect with other people, that you want to come and revive friendships, renew different like communication with other people that you've fallen out of contact with. If you haven't been secluded lately, then this is going to be someone else coming out of hiding. It could be that you've had the impression that your partner hasn't been in contact with a lot of their friends, and it's going to surprise you to find out that that hasn't been the case, that they have in fact been in contact with their friends. That could be a way that this energy would connect. It could also be that someone else that you know, someone that from your past, not necessarily a romantic relationship, but someone who kind of gives off that hermit energy. They've been a hermit. They've been secluded or withdrawn. Now, seeing the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, that tells me in this scenario, if that's your story, then that could be someone who's going to you'll reconnect or have an opportunity to reconnect with them, and you'll find out that their life has kind of blossomed and bloomed into the sort of life that they want. Could be that they're wealthy now, financially, but definitely prosperous in ways that they want to be. In your hopes and fears, we have the Ace of Pentacles. You really want a fresh start. You want an opportunity to be granted to you, presented to you, that you can say, like, just grasp it, that you can say yes to. That's telling me that you don't necessarily feel like you can instigate a big change right now in your life. You feel like it has to come from outside of you. you're hopeful that an opportunity for a fresh start will come from outside of you because you're afraid for it to come from inside of yourself. That's what this is saying. Let's see how this energy is all going to turn out. King of Pentacles. I do feel like this is you stepping into a more like take charge attitude, accepting responsibility for the things that you want to change in your life, really taking hold of a pentacle, so to speak. That's like putting things in tangible terms and leading in your life, taking charge, like taking the lead. It's accepting responsibility, but it's also like trusting yourself to take good care of yourself. It's putting your own health, wealth, and safety in your own hands and knowing that you're in good hands doing so. For some of you, this may be an outside influence. This could be someone entering your life who is very grounded, very stable. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a romantic possibility, though, because it doesn't feel that you're completely unentangled from your current situation. Now, for those of you who are completely single, it may be much more possible. But this King of Pentacles is not the one who's going to be into beginning a relationship or a flirtation with someone who is just ending a relationship. That's not the King of Pentacles vibe. That wouldn't be like a grounded energy, something that's long-term and sustainable, so it wouldn't interest them. But if this is an outside influence and you are entangled in a current relationship, then this could be someone who sets an example for you. Someone who you see as desirable, as worthy, as kind of like a setting a new template for what your idea of the partner that you want in the future, as a concept, not as that specific person per se. I mean, you may desire that person, but I'll save you some difficulty and some wasted energy. That's not a match for you. I can read that energy really strongly. If someone enters your situation and you see them and you think, I'd much rather be with that person than the person I'm with right now, use that as a template. Use that as like a spiritual eureka moment to see that's the type of person you want to be with, and allow that to kind of draw you away from, like, let that be the carrot on the stick to get you out of a less healthy situation. But do not put your focus on that specific person with the intention that it's going to work. Just trying to save you some heartbreak, some repeated cycle. It is like a helpful aspect, like for a person to come into your life to attract you away, but it's not a person to be with. I hope that makes sense to you. I'm really trying to be helpful here, okay? Let's see. What advice do we have for Cancer as they navigate this energy? Okay, we have 2 cards. What do we got? You guys. We have the Ace of Cups and the Star. Okay. Ace of Cups is I'm getting very purifying energy with this combination, because they fell out together. It is metaphorically drinking from the healing waters. that come from your truest hopes and desires. It's a very renewing energy, but it truly comes from your own spiritual reservoir. Spirit is telling you to get in touch with that deeper ocean that lies within you. And also like the energy of navigating to your own North Star, right? But the opportunity here to renew or have a fresh start in love is in a new direction. It comes after the healing, after the rejuvenation. Make sure that your priority, part of the advice is to make sure that your priority here is to heal, to renew your own sense of awe and wonder. If you feel like you don't have dreams and aspirations right now, that's something definitely to get back in touch with. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. This has to do with dishonest communication, that kind of duplicitous energy I was picking up on at the beginning of the reading, but it also has to do with cutting off communication. If you are ending a relationship, when you listen to this reading, if that's the vibe that you get, I hope that you trust it. I hope that you listen to your intuition. And I hope that you would be strong enough, like this Page of Swords in reverse, to know when not to trust communication. If someone is saying, I'll give, but the evidence is not there, and you have cycles repeated in the past that show you that they're not going to give. And even if that's you in the situation, even if you are the person giving and giving and giving and the person can't receive it, that's also a way to interpret that Six of Pentacles that's at the heart of your reading here. The Six of Pentacles reverse can be someone who's giving and giving and giving, and the other person just doesn't know how to take it, doesn't know how to receive it. It always backfires, or they interpret it in a completely different way. I'm going to pull you an oracle card to meditate on while you are considering this reading. We have the Plight of the Wanderer. I'm reminded of the quote, "Not all who wander are lost." And it could be that you have a sense of wonder and adventure and wanderlust, and you have yet to pair up with a person who sees the beauty in that. That could be an aspect of yourself that you've had to keep hidden, or that you've diminished within yourself. You've kind of buried it. This also tells me about feeling like you're always on the search, but you've never quite found what you're looking for. This reading says that in the short term, you are headed in a direction that takes you to stability. Ending up with this King of Pentacles energy is stability no matter which way you look at it. It's being in a financially stable place with people surrounding you who are responsible and trustworthy. I'll say it that way. So Cancer, I hope this helped. Have a great week, and I'll see you back next time. Bye.